everybody. I think you can see me. I can see you. I just noticed that when I'm in the clear, you can't really see what it says behind there, but if you can read it, and possibly you may not, it says fear, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And that's your choice. So I'm not quite sure if you can see it in the mirror image or if you can actually see the visual of that. I can even move it a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. All right. Okay, we have 1 minute to go here and we will get right to it. So if you're new to this channel, you need to have a mat today and some water, and I will introduce myself properly at 12 o'clock. So if you don't have water yet, if you don't have a mat yet, we definitely need to want to grab that. And as I said, we will get started very shortly here. Another thing that I usually suggest as well is a block to support your knees. And if you don't have one of these fantastic little blocks, you can also have a towel handy as well. So let's just wait a couple minutes here. We have a few people joining. If you are capable of commenting, is that even a word? Yeah, my accent. Definitely say hello so that I can see who's here. If you're not quite sure how to do that, totally fine. You can always text me as well. But definitely while we're doing the class, you shouldn't be able to text and do this. It's like texting and driving, right? So you want to be able to do this exercise and not have any disturbances today. All right, so it is 12 o'clock. Today, we are going to be doing a fusion of yoga and Pilates. If you have not ever done yoga or have never done Pilates, I will run you through a couple of the basics as we go. I'm not going to make it too complicated when it comes to the Pilates. And really, there's a lot of techniques to Pilates. So sometimes in a group setting like this where I cannot help you physically, it makes it a little bit more challenging trying to explain things. So please bear with yourself, be patient with your body, and do what you can. Again, if you can't read what this says, it just says fear, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So the choice is yours, right? And what I've chosen to do is I face everything and I'm choosing to rise, and whatever I do, I just grab life by its horns and I just move forward. All right, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to continuously to do, and we're going to look at life positively, and we're going to find the positive in it. So again, if you are with me for the first time, I am Sonja Badesi. I'm from Success Fitness, and I'm being sponsored by Royal Roads University to do these classes. So thank you to them. And as I said, all we need today is a mat. We're going to need a block, and we're going to get right to it. So you can sit on this block to make it a little bit more helpful for your hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a seat either on the block or just on the floor, and we're just going to get centered here. And what I'd like you to do is just relax those shoulders, find a good position on your sit bones, and we kind of call it sometimes spread the cheeks because you want to sit on the meaty part of the bum. And we're going to be nice and upright, relax those shoulders, close your eyes here, and we're going to take 5 deep breaths in and out. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Nice and grounded. Try to get that breath going nice and deep. Continue this while I'm talking. Into the belly. And exhaling it out. And just remember, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. Take a deep breath and exhale. One more time. And exhale out. Good job. We're going to hold it right here. We're going to keep our hands just on top of the knees, and we're going to do a little cat and cow from here. So I would like you to round your spine, chin slightly tucked in, exhaling on the rounding. And then inhale, opening up the chest, arching through that lower back, gently looking up. Don't yank into the neck. And again, exhale, rounding it. And inhale, arching it. Exhale, rounding it. And inhale, arching it. And again, exhale, rounding it. And inhale, arching it. And again, exhale. Moving through that spine, just arching and rounding. One last time. And inhale, good job. From here, we're going to take one hand down to the mat. Other hand comes up. We're going to reach it up and we're going to pump it for 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3. And every time we do that, we're just trying to stretch through those lats, reaching away from your body. And again, 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Just warming up and waking up the body, right? 2 more. And again, 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and releasing it right here. Let's roll our shoulders out. Nice big circles. Warming it up through those shoulders. Let's do 2 more this direction. And 1, holding it right here. I'm going to tilt your head over to one side, ear to shoulder. And over to the other side, ear to shoulder. And again, 1 more each side, ear to shoulder. Last time, ear to shoulder. And back to the center. Hands go back on top of those knees, and we're going to do a nice little torso rotation. So with your chest leading, we're going to come over to one knee, rotating into the other knee, then rounding the spine into that arch like you're doing a cat stretch, and then coming back forward. So we're going to arch and round. And again, arch and round. Let's wake up the spine. Let's wake up that lower back. Let's wake up those hips. Good work. Nice deep breathing. 2 more times from this direction. 1 more time this direction. Ready? Let's go the other way. And again, rotating through. Rotating through. Awesome job. 3 more. How are we doing with this? Are we warming up? Are we waking up? 2 more. Good. 1 more. And release. So because it's a combination of yoga and Pilates today, we're going to start with the Pilates and we're going to move into yoga and then we're going to finish with the Pilates depending on how much time we have left on the end. All right, so let's get you lying down on your back. So let's get everything out of the way. When we're lying on your back, I want you to think about each vertebrae. Really get in tune with your body, really get grounded to your mat. So let's come all the way down, nice and gentle. Laying back on that mat, we're going to get your feet. If your feet are too close in, this is going to be way too hard. So let's walk your feet out a little bit. We're going to do a pelvic tuck. So now for some of you, this is a little bit more difficult because the movement of the spine. So we're going to pull the belly button in, pushing everything in. It's like pubic bone towards navel, okay? We're going to rest your head down. We're going to have your arms extended above your head. We're going to do a nice little deep inhale. On your exhale, we're going to come up, chin slightly tucks in, and then try to tap the top of the knees if you can, and then coming all the way back down 1. So let's just warm up that core. And again, exhale 2, and releasing it down. And again, exhale 3, and releasing it down. Let's do 1 more of these. And release. So now if you're a lot stronger than this, we're going to come all the way up. If you're not, you're going to stay with the smaller move, okay? So chin tucked in, ready, exhale, lift to the knees. Now if you can, come all the way up, reach for it, then come all the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time, slow it down, resisting it, and then extend those arms back to the top of the head. And again, exhale. That exhale helps you up. Inhale, releasing it down nice and controlled. And again, exhale. And inhale, releasing it down. Again, if this is too hard, just stick with here. Exhale 2, and back down. I can't count it. And again, 4, reach, and release. And again, exhale 5. Now, a lot of times in Pilates, the #1 complaint we get is, this really hurts my neck, or my neck is constantly fatiguing. And if we think about that, let's do 2 more. When do we ever really target our neck this way, right? So we have to think about that. So we work up to it. right? So there's a lot of movements that may take some time for you to build up on. We're gonna hold it right here. We're gonna lay right down with your hands just down beside your hips. This time we're gonna pull your feet a little bit closer in. So feet a little closer to your bum. We're gonna bridge it up nice and slow. So pelvic tuck in again, and think about your spine being a zipper. So pelvic tuck, up we go. Give it a squeeze to the glutes. Then think upper part of the spine, zippering it back down, resisting it, and releasing it. And again, exhale, zipper it up, squeeze, and releasing it back down. Let's do one more. Exhale, lift, releasing it down. And now I want you to go a little bit faster, okay? Exhale, and down. And again, exhale, and down. Don't force this, because if we're forcing this too high, and especially if you have any sort of lower back issues, what will happen is that you're going to feel this almost too much in the lower back. And a good move is like eating too much good food. Too much of a good thing is not necessarily a good thing, right? So be gentle to your body, listen to your body. Don't ever compare with somebody else, like kind of, well, they can do this, I should be able to do this. We want to really listen to our own bodies, what we're capable of doing. 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to pull both knees into your chest. Hold it right here. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side, massaging through that lower back. We're going to let one leg extend fully away from you. The opposite knees pull towards your chest. Let's start this with your head down so that you can see different levels. We're going to hold it right here, and all I want you to do is switch to the other side and switch to the other side. All right? So this is level 1. Level 2, lifting your head, shin tucked in, pulling that knee gently in. We're not working from your arms. I want you to pull it in from your core. Okay? Ready? Switch it. 1. Switch it. 2. Keep your chin tucked in. 3. Lifting your head from your abdominals, not just yanking on your neck here. Your upper abdominals are going to stay nice and tight, and your chin is going to stay tucked in. Keep going. Pulling it in. Point your toes. Pulling it in. And pull, keeping the upper abdominals nicely contracted, and squeeze. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull both knees into your chest. Let's drop your head over to one side, just giving the neck a nice little breather. Inhale, exhale out. Let's switch the head over to the other side. Nice little breather, stretching through that neck. And back to the center, pulling both knees into your chest, just like where we are. We're going to lift your head again. So this is going to be a lot of neck work. And at any point, you can keep your head down. You don't have to lift it. So again, I always show you the two versions of it. So we're going to hold it right here with your head down. We're going to pull the knees in. We're going to extend your arms and legs, sweeping those arms out to the sides and pulling the knees back in. Okay, let's do that one more time with your head down. Extend and pulling it back in. Ready? Lift your head, chin tucked in. Extend and pull 1. Extend and pull 2. Extend and pull 3. If that gets too hard, take your head back down. 4. How low your legs go is again depending on your strength, right? So be careful. 6. And pull. Listen to your body and pull. 7. Exhale out. 8. Good. And pull. 9. One more time. And 10. Once again, head goes down. Rotate your head, your ear over to one side, stretching through the neck. Whoo! And over to the other side. So our core should feel a little bit warmer at this point. And back to the center. We're going to press the bottoms of your feet together. Your knees are going to be apart, and we're going to rest your feet down to the ground. Try to get your feet as close as you can towards the center. And all I want you to do is get your hands down beside you. We're going to bridge from this position, up and down. All right? Pelvic slightly tucked in. We're going to lift as high as you can and release. You're going to feel this all in different areas. What I don't want you to do is lift and then close your knees. Okay? Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3. We're going to work a little bit more from the glute medius, and those guys are the supporters of that lower back, so it's really important that we target those guys. Also leaving out those hip flexors here, right? So we're opening up the hips a little bit more. And again, 8, 9, I can't count, by the way. So if I'm ever off, that just means I'm doing the best I can and estimating where we are, all right? Keep going. More is better anyways, sometimes, not always. And press. Good, keep going. 15, good, keep your head rested down. 16, 17, 18, 2 more. 19, last one. And 20, there you go. Pulling those knees back in. One leg extends straight up. The other leg is going to be hovering above the ground. Point your toes, lift your head, chin tucked in. We're going to scissor it. Get that knee towards your chest and switch. 1, and switch. 2, we're going to get that nice stretch here, and switch. 3, we're going to pump it for 2, ready? 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, don't forget to breathe here. Anybody who does Pilates, you want to exhale, power it. Keep going. Power it in. So we're going to feel that stretch in the hamstring. We're still working the upper abdominals because we're lifting those shoulders. If this, again, is hard to the neck, rest your head back down. Use a block behind your head. You can do that as well. Pulling it in. Pulling it in. Good. 4 more. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Woo. All right. From here, we're going to press those hands down to the mat. And we'll press them a little harder. We're going to get those arms in there as well. So push the triceps into the floor. We're going to get your feet a little closer towards your bum, right? So we should almost be able to touch those heels. We're going to take one leg straight up to the ceiling, and we're going to do a one-legged bridge. So one leg is doing the work. The other leg is just hanging out at the top. Ready? Bridging it up and down, digging in with the heel. Power it up 1. Power it up 2. Power it up 3. We don't want to go so high and forcing it that you get a Charlie horse, right? 5. And again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1. We want to feel this one. 2. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you feeling that? 7. 3 more. 8, 9. Guess what? We're going to hold this one up. Hold it up right here. Don't let it go. Top leg goes down and up. Straight leg down. Power it up. 1, 2. How are we doing? 3. If you need a little help, sometimes what I do. 4 is I wedge my hands under my lower back. 6, 7. Woo. 8. Come on. 9. Last one. And 10. And release. Oh dear. Pull those knees into your chest. Good work. Legs go straight up to the ceiling. Both of them. Just remember which side you just worked, right? Hands go behind your ears. Lift your head and shoulders. We're going to drop both legs down, but we're going to push those feet together here. I want you to really think about squeezing those adductors, those inner thighs, squeezing those thighs together. Lift your head, lift those shoulders. We're going to lower your legs down as low as you can, supporting it, and then powering it back up, right? So if it's just a small movement where I'm at right here, and powering it up, great. If you can come all the way down, and all the way up, that's great. If you need more support, wedge your hands underneath your lower back. Ready? Down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet back down, arms go laterally out to the sides, and we're going to drop your knees over to one side, stretching through the hips and lower back, looking the opposite direction. So if your knees fall to the right, you're going to be looking over to the left. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, release through that hip. Let's switch it to the other side. Knees drop to the other side, looking the opposite direction. Again, give yourself a nice deep breath in. And exhale out. And releasing through the hips and lower back. All right, taking it back to the center. Pelvic stays slightly tucked in. We're gonna bridge it on the other side. We've got two sides to do, right? So walking those feet back in towards the heels. We should be able to touch them, right? Opposite leg, so make sure you're on the other side. Pointing your toes. We're gonna bridge it up and down. Press those hands into the ground. Ready? Up we go for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good job, keep going. 10, 11, 12, 13, are we feeling this? 14, I am. 15, 16, don't force it. 17, work within your means. 18, 2 more. 19, last one, we're gonna hold this one up, don't let it go. Opposite leg, the straight one goes all the way down, powered up. 1, 2, 3, prop yourself up if you need to. 4, or you can just stay down here, right? 5, 6, 7, good job. 8, we got this. 9, awesome work. 10, and release, good. Pelvic tucked in, legs into a 90-degree angle. Hands go back behind your ears, lifting your head. Again, we want to get that lower back down nice and safe, and we're going to tap your toes to the ground. Ready? Tap them, and lift 1. Tap them, and lift 2. Just like what we did earlier with the straight legs, but we're going to do a bent knee. So again, the reason I'm showing you all these different things is that next time you do my classes, you kind of have an idea already on what moves. You kind of go, oh, wait a minute, I remember that. She mentioned I can make this one easier, right? Keep going and pull. Let's do 4 more of these. 4, squeeze in. 3, pull in. It should not bother your lower back. Don't go as low if it does. Last one. And release, good job. Hands go back down to the lateral position. We're going to drop your knees again, but this time we're going to alternate them right, left, like a windshield wiper. So we're going to go over to one side and over to the other side. And again, over to the other side. Just move through that lower back and over to the other side. Keep it going. And again, over we go and over we go. Good job. So what's Pilates? Pilates is a lot of core strengthening, right? And I'd be more than happy to do like a beginner Pilates class just to run you through some of the basics as well. But today I stuck with a little bit more movements of just generally working through that core. 1 more each side. Last one. Good job. And back to the center. Both knees pull back in, lifting your head and shoulders, hands behind your ears, right into a bicycle. 1 leg extends, shoulder over to the knee, and we're going to switch it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Think more shoulder to knee, okay? Not so much elbow to knee. And push. Let's do 10 there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Let's move you over on all fours. We're going to have our hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. If you need some water, please do take a breather for a minute. Grab some water if you have to. You can always put me on pause. I think you can still do that even though you're on live. We're going to have our hands underneath. I want you to spread those fingers right out, evenly pressing into the palms. Knees are going to be right underneath your hips. We don't want them way out here, okay? So holding it right here, we're going to tuck your tailbone under, cat and cow for 5. Ready? Exhale. Inhale. When we're doing that cat and cow, shift your weight just slightly back towards your heels, and then slightly forward into those arms. Just getting into those hips and lower back a little bit more, not just the upper back, and back forward. Good, 3 more. Exhale, and inhale. Awesome, 2 more. Exhale, and inhale. We got 1 more to go. And inhale, good. We're gonna stay right here in that arch position, hands stand underneath your shoulders. We're gonna tuck your toes under. We're gonna lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling, downward dog. Ready? Up we go. Pressing those heels towards the floor if you can. Head going right through those arms. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. We're gonna do a walking dog. 1 heel lifts, 1 stays down. Ready? And switch. 1, 2, 3, alternating. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pressing both heels back to the floor. Good job. Walking forward with your hands onto your tippy toes into a plank position. Back stays nice and flat. You're blinded by my projector there. Holding it right here. What I want you to do is we're going to stay here for a second. I want you to think about squeezing those abs and then try to squeeze those glutes. We're going to hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, dropping down to the knees, onto your belly, pointing your toes back. We're going to keep your hands where they are, so they should be landing right underneath your shoulders. And we're going to do 5 mini cobras, so shoulders down and back. Exhale, lifting it gently up. 1, and release. And again, 2, and release. Exhale out, 3, and release. And again, 4, and release. Notice I don't force it. 5, and release. We're going to hold it right here. We're going to go into an up dog. So we're going to come up into that mini cobra. This time we're going to straighten those arms right out and let those hips lift a little bit if they need to and want to. Shoulders retract down, opening it up through the chest and home. Good job. Shining the heart forward. Smile. And releasing it back down. Hands down underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes back under. Powering yourself up into your downward dog. If you need to land on your knees first, you're more than welcome to do that. Lifting it up into that downward dog. Head going through. Press those heels down towards the floor. We're going to do that whole sequence again, but we're going to go a little bit faster through it. Okay? First move. Downward dog. Into your plank. Belly button pulls in, nice and strong. Hold it. Dropping it down to the belly. Pointing those toes back. Little mini cobras. 1, and release. 2, and release. 1 more time. And release. Up dog. All the way. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Let's do that 1 more time. Digging those heels in again, pulling those knees up into your thighs, pressing that tailbone up towards the ceiling. From here, into the plank. Hold it, belly button pulls in, nice and strong. Don't let it go here. Dropping it all the way down to your belly. Pointing those toes down. Mini cobra. 1, 2, 3. 1 last time, all the way up into the up dog. Rolling the shoulders down your spine, open that heart, shine it forward. And release, tucking the toes under, downward dog. Nice little V position, realigning those feet. Let's hang out here for a minute. I want you really to press your center of your palms into the floor, arching through that lower back. So press the tailbone up towards the ceiling. If your heels don't touch the ground and you're right here, that's totally fine. And how to adjust the downward dog to make it easier is get your feet a little bit more behind you. May not be much of as much of a V position, right? But whatever is your personal challenge, right? So press those heels down, head going through. I want you to think about pulling those knees up into your thighs, just to enhance that position a little bit more. Let your head go, let your shoulders go. We're going to walk your hands and feet together. So we're in a forward fold position. Let yourself just dangle here. We're going to take your hands on top of your knees and we're going to come up halfway. So parallel to the floor. All right, so your back is still flat. We're going to come all the way back down. Let yourself just dangle. Let your head and shoulders go. Nice deep breathing. We're going to roll it all the way up, one vertebra at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. Good work. Inhale, reaching it nice and tall. Hinging it back forward into that forward fold. Hands go onto the mat, walking your feet back into that downward dog. Pressing those heels back into the floor, head going through. All right, in this position, we're going to take your one leg. Doesn't matter which one you sit, more head still stays through those arms. And then from this position, I'm going to take my left knee and I'm going to pull it towards your chest. And I'm going to hold it right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to take that left foot, stepping it forward. So we're in a high lunge position. Okay, so you may need to do this in steps. Okay, so if you're not quite as flowy, that's totally fine. We're going to hold it right here in that high lunge position. If you need to take that back foot a little bit closer, step it in a little bit. We're going to take your hands on top of that left knee, and we're going to get your torso nice and upright. So when we're nice and upright, we're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in those hip flexors. Shoulders retract down. We want to keep this knee aligned with your hip, so not let it collapse in. We're going to take both arms up, stretching it to the ceiling. Let's hold it right here. We want to keep your arms right beside your biceps if we can. If that's too much for you, just have it in front of you. That's totally fine. Opening up your chest, opening up your shoulders. We're going to have your hands facing forward. So palms are up right here. And I'm standing sideways so that you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to take our arms into a 90-degree angle. And I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're going to come all the way down until you're almost touching the floor with that knee. And then lifting it back up, reaching those arms 1. And again, down we go 2. And reach. And again, 3. And reach. And again, 4. And reach. It's not an easy one. 5, do what you can, and push. If you need a break, just take a breather. 6, think about those lats, right? So squeeze your chest open. 7, and again, 8, doing awesome. One more time. I lied, we got one more to do. 10, and up we go. Once we're up there, bend your front leg. This should not be easy. Arms come back down to the side. We're going to take that back foot and we're going to turn it slightly in. We want about a 70-degree angle of that leg, that foot, sorry, the ankle, and then opening that hip but still bending into your left leg. We're going to turn your torso towards me. Arms come out to the side, warrior 2. Don't let this knee drop in. Keep that balance. This should be on fire. Your glutes should be on fire. Hold it right here. We're going to stretch those arms out, looking at that left hand. Right, so if you're doing everything on your left like me, hold it nice and controlled. When we're not warrior position, relax those shoulders for 4, 3, 2. We're going to do a reverse warrior. We're going to take that back hand to the back leg, opening up that palm and letting ourselves slide back and reaching back as far as we can. If you look at that left leg, it should still be bent. We're not going to straighten it out here, okay? Reverse warrior, open up through the abdominals. Good work. We're going to straighten that left leg out. We're going to take that left hand down to the knee, and I want you to open your torso. Get your right arm right aligned with that shoulder. Get your left leg as straight as you can and slide down as far as you can until you are in a nice little triangle position. Now what the torso wants to do is move forward. Right, so don't come towards me. I want you to press back, opening up your torso. If you can, if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, you can look up towards that thumb. Right? Just do the best you can. Don't force this. Holding it right here. Keep holding it. That's too hard. Hold it right here, right? Don't go as low. Completely up to you in 4, 3, 2. We're going to take it back down to the floor with both hands. Step that front leg back into a downward dog. Head going right through again. Shaking that head out. Good work. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, right? So we're going to this time take your right foot. So start with your feet a little bit closer towards each other. Spread those fingers. Left leg stays put this time. Right leg comes up. Point your toe. Holding it right here. Head going right through those arms. Keep holding it for 4, 3, 2. Right knee comes in. Hold it towards your chest. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step right through into that high lunge position. When you're ready, we're going to take both hands on top of that right knee. We're going to be lunging. You're going to be bending right through that right leg. Both arms reach up to the ceilings and hold. Palms facing forward, arms in that 90-degree angle. We're going to lunge it down and up. Ready? Down we go 1 and reach. Down we go 2 and reach. Down we go 3. Keep that balance. 4, 5. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Think about your posture. 6. Opening it up in the front of that chest. 7. So if you're working from home right now, you want to make sure that we keep everything open in the front. 8. 2 more. 9. 1 more. 10. Coming right back up. Your front leg is going to stay bent. Let's get those hands back down. We're going to take that back foot, turning it back into that 70-degree angle, pushing into that right leg. So your quad, your glute is on fire, right? We're going to turn your torso this time away from me. Arms come laterally out. Warrior 2. And we're going to look at that front arm, that front hand. Think about lengthening the body. Let's hold it right here. Warrior 2. Nice and controlled. Keep holding it for 4. Relax those shoulders. 3, 2. We're going to take that back hand to the back of that leg, opening the palm, leaning back into your reverse warrior. Your front leg, you want to keep it bent. Just because we're going to reach back doesn't mean we're going to straighten that leg, right? Hold it. So every time we're in a position, try to find the right position for that pose, whatever works for you personally. Hold it for 4, 3, 2. We're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to take your right hand down to the right knee. Your left hand is going to reach away from that shoulder. And when you're ready, we're going to slide down, push your shoulders towards me, or if you switch sides, you're just pressing them back, right? Slide it down as low as you can. Nice little flexibility here. Open it all up. If you want to challenge your balance, look up towards your thumb. Okay, keep that balance going. Try not to lock that front leg right out. We do want a little bit of softening. Save your knee and feel the stretch in that front hamstring. Holding it for 4, 3, 2. We're going to come all the way back down, straddling that front leg. And we're going to take your back knee down to the floor like you're in a lunge position. Point your toe back, and we're going to stretch this hamstring out. So we're going to lean back, flexing your foot towards your shins while we're here, just sort of resting on your fingertips. Nose to knee, trying to come as low as you can. And shifting your weight all the way back forward, and this time we're going to lower right down in that hip flexor stretch, right? So opposite hip flexor, leaning into it. Let's go back one more time. Hamstring stretch. Flex the toes towards your shins. So really, again, a string here. You're pulling on that string. All right. And shifting your weight forward one more time into those hips, holding it right here. Good work. We're going to take that knee back behind you, and we're going to switch sides. So opposite leg comes forward, starting right here on that knee. We're going to shift your weight back into that hamstring stretch. So we're on the opposite side. So flex your foot forward, leaning down into it, nose to knee. And move your body around a little bit, right? Just don't stay there too stiff. See what your body allows you to do. Coming all the way forward, letting those hips come down. Nice little stretch, those hip flexors. Keep holding it. So if you've never done Pilates or yoga before and you're here today, good on you. You should be proud of yourself. This is awesome. And again, going back one more time, flexing the toes towards those shins. You're doing great. And all the way back forward, flexing into those hips. Excellent work. And back to the center. From here, we're going to lay back on your back. Back on your back. We're going to pull those knees into your chest. We're going to pull those knees as tight as you can. If this is not comfortable pushing the top of the knees, just put your hands behind those knees. So again, depending on our knee health, I'm just going to give you a gentle rock side to side. Massaging it through the spine. You worked really hard today. It's 45 minutes goes by so fast. Hold it right here. Good work. We're going to set one foot down. We're going to take your opposite foot, crossing that leg over and grabbing that knee. So if your right leg, your right foot is going to grab the left knee, arms out laterally, and with that right foot, we're just going to pull the knee along and looking the opposite direction. So we want to get that nice stretch in through those hips, lower backs. And again, from this position, give yourself a nice deep breath. Exhaling it out. And again, nice deep breath. And exhaling it out. Taking it back to the center, let's switch it. So that foot goes down. Opposite heel on the opposite outside of that knee, and then gently pulling it down. Looking the opposite direction again. And as inhaling and exhaling, think about releasing all that tension in the hip and that lower back. Take that deep breath in. And exhaling it out. And again, inhaling it in. And exhaling it out. Good work, taking it back to the center. All right, so nice and gentle. I want you to flip it back over on all fours. So don't rush this. We're gonna have our hands right underneath your shoulders again. And I want you to arch through that lower back, so like wagging the tail, okay? So from this position, I want you to think about the pencil stuck to your tailbone. And I want you to circle, big circles on your ceiling. Rotating it around, okay? Rotating it around. So moving through those hips. 4, one more, 5, excellent job. Let's go the other way. Rotating it around. And again, rotating it around. 3 more times. Last 2. 1 more. And holding it right here. Great job. We're going to tuck your toes under, and depending again on your knee health, we're going to walk ourselves towards your knees, and we're going to just push ourselves onto your feet, okay? What we don't want is pressing those heels down. So we don't want to be resting back here. I want you just to leave it a couple inches off the ground, and then feeling the stretch going up those Achilles, up into those calves, okay? A lot of times when we're feeling sort of aches and discomforts in the Achilles tendon, they don't really stretch, but your calves do. So we want to work more on that flexibility of the calf muscles. From this position, we're going to straighten those legs out. So if you can't be here, you already want to be in that forward fold position. And we're going to straighten those legs out. And once again, we're just going to be placing our feet nice and even. We're going to let your head go. Shaking out your head a little bit. And while you're in this position, it's like you're doing the no action. You're going to do the yes action. And again, the no, shake the head out. And again, the yes. Good work. We're going to walk our hands over to one side, to the outside of your foot. And if you can't touch the ground, just hold it up here closer to the knee. And taking it over to the other side. And again, just holding it right here. And again, if you can't go that low, just holding onto the knee. Releasing it back to the center. And now be very gentle and careful. Dig in with your heels. We're going to slowly round it up, one vertebrae at a time. Don't rush this. Once we're in that upright position, take a nice deep breath, reaching it tall. Pushing the palms together. Exhale into your heart. And again, inhale, reaching it tall. Exhale, make a big bubble around you, just like those bubbles floating behind me. And you're going to put yourself, and again, inhale, into a nice big positive bubble. Exhale into your heart. Inhale, reaching it. And exhale. This time I want you to clasp those hands just behind you, holding on to those hands. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades, just gentle. Lifting those hands just slightly away from that lower back. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Opening up the chest, and think about pressing the hands down towards those heels. And releasing those arms. Let's shake it all out. Good work. Roll those shoulders out. And you have done it. Great job. Thank you for joining my class today, Yoga Pilates Fusion. Tomorrow's class is going to be at 12 o'clock, and tomorrow's class is full body conditioning with just your body weight. If you joined last week, it's again going to be different. The classes are never going to be the same unless you go into our library and you choose to do a workout that we did prior. So you're more than welcome to do that as well, right? So sometimes combining things too, you kind of go, you know, I have a little bit of time today, and I'm going to combine this video with this video, and that's fantastic. We are going to be posting a few more things, like little 15-minute segments of posture and core work that you can then plug in your day at any point that you like. So remember that when you're doing a sit-down type job, please get up every 15 minutes, move around a little bit. Make sure that you check in with your posture. Make sure you're drinking a good amount of water, getting your vitamin D, come outside for a couple of minutes, right? Enjoy some of that sunshine, as well as pumping your body full of good nutrients, right? So try to stay away from all that processed stuff. It's easy to snack when we work from home, but try to get more into the greens and oranges and reds, right? To get those vitamin C's in there as well and boost that immune system. All right, so thank you for joining me today. My name is Sonja from Success Fitness, sponsored by Royal Roads University Recreation Center. See you tomorrow at noon. All right, thank you so much.